Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 5th of October 2023. So black gold bond yields and the dollar tumble amid macro miasma. There will be blood. I'm sure there will. I think this is just a temporary halt in prices. We'll see in a moment. Stocks and bonds regain composure as crude tumbles and the dollar falters. No, just a small pullback is what it is. Today, we've just got a couple of news items. Construction PMI at 9:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. unemployment claims. And then we go to the non-farm employment change tomorrow. That's the big one of the week. So keep an eye on that. We might have a quietish day given the market will be waiting for these numbers because it's going to add to... it's either going to add or take away to the current thinking of the Fed, which is more hawkish than dovish. So let's move on, have a look at the markets, kick off with the Dow for yesterday. So in the Dow, you can see we've got quite a cluster of volume there and we're oversold. So we're looking at a situation where we could see a bit of a bounce to the upside, even if it's temporary, the old dead cat. So these are some numbers for the upside of this. We've got some demand again. Like I say, a bit of climatic volume there in the daily charts. So there's some numbers. Also the 5MA as well. You need to take this out. And then you'll have the high of each of these bars as well, where the market will see some selling if it does have a bit of a bounce. 30-minute chart, well, it's a completely different picture to what we've had for the last 10 days where we saw the market open and then sell off. Yesterday we can see a bit of support coming in with some pretty volatile moves, that's for sure. Definitely whipsaw yesterday. Market above the DP at the moment, very close to yesterday's high, so I suspect that we're going to have an attempt and run the market up to this level during today's session. So certainly a bit more activity, and like I say, in the daily chart you've got this situation where you've got the climatic volume at the moment. In the German DAX, similar picture as well, with the demand then coming back yesterday towards the 5MA. And again, as I noted yesterday, the sort of momentum is moving to the upside as the prices were moving down. Did dip off slightly yesterday, but the market up on the overnight 30-minute chart. You can see that we move lower initially. We traded down to the 15,000. No, we broke the 15,000. And I mentioned this yesterday. We took out the 15,000, went down to the 14,050. That was enough to bring the market back. Again, the momentum was already starting to move to the upside despite the fact that prices would move lower. We then became overbought. We then went down to oversold, and then just got stuck in a range of overbought and oversold inside of the two areas here of 80 and 25. So the market is attempted to trade to yesterday's high, but is pulling back at the moment. It'll need to hold above the close and certainly above the DP if it's not going to go down to the low, which is 200 points away as I record. In the S&P 500, also again climatic volume and the momentum moving to the upside there. So again, what I would be inclined to do is just draw a few fibs in just in case we get the market moving higher. We're already through the 38, but the 50 ties in with the 200 MA there, so it needs to take this out, and the 5 MA is going to tie in with yesterday's high. So again, watch yesterday's high. If the market trades up to that level, make sure there's no selling around and it can actually drive through with some conviction. 30-minute charts, yesterday the market trading just below its low of Tuesday, moving up, then pulling back, and then again, not as whipsaw as the Dow, but more of a trend there to the upside. You can see the trend line there still intact. The market needs to close above the high of yesterday in order to move higher. In the FT 100, the market back at 78.89, and again you've got this increasing volume, which you can see there, and also we're starting to see a slight turn up in the momentum. Markets oversold, so again I would be inclined to mark up the last sort of swing and have a look at those numbers should the market move up. If not, and they take out yesterday's low in all markets, then we'll see an acceleration to the downside. But like I say, keep in mind we've got the non-farm payroll numbers for tomorrow. The market up in the early part of the session, but then after Sunak's speech, the market declining, and of course the abandonment of HS2 as well for the North. So the market's trending overnight and back above the DP, sort of discounted this and moved higher with the electronic markets. In the US dollar, the market down slightly yesterday and overnight as well at the moment, which is given the metals a bit of a reprieve. So let's have a look at those before we finish. And in silver, we can see the shakeout that we've had. I'm still not convinced that we're going to hold at $20. We do have the climatic volume, but then you get this in a dead cat bounce. You get a bit of a bounce. The dead cat will bounce, but it won't run off. It'll stay there. So there's the sort of projection I would expect once this is out of the way. A bit of support there. Depends on tomorrow, I suppose. 30-minute charts, again, let's just shake it out. They're just a bunch of crooks. But anyway, that's another story. Near yesterday's high, but it won't hold. May do for a few days, but longer term we're going down to $17, I would suspect, given the strength of the dollar. Let's say just a small pullback in the dollar. In the daily chart of gold, again, you can see that, again, climatic action, we're oversold. And you can see how well this works. We become oversold, we move up. Become oversold, we move up. And then same with the overboughts. So yeah, it's a very good predictor of the metals market. 30-minute chart, again, just have a good slam, and then again they do it again just here, and then they've been able to come back overnight in the Asian market. And finally, in the gold-silver ratio, the market showing a bit of a decline there as silver finds more support than gold overnight there. So a bit of a sideways pattern building there at the moment. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens today, given that the market's likely to wait for the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. And with that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.